Good afternoon, everyone. We are live with absolutely no promos. This is raw and uncut. I'm here with the beautiful Maria Zalezzi from Compass Real Estate in Philadelphia. Let me first say Happy New Year and thank you for joining me today.
How? To me? I thought you were talking to the audience. Happy New Year.
So in Maria's defense, everyone, this is a brand new show concept that I've literally put together in the past 48 hours. I mean, I'm talking structure, flow, everything. And I said to myself, who better to kick this off than one of my nearest and dearest from the beginning, from that party with John Valeris in wherever, Pennsylvania. Where were we?
I still have no idea.
I don't know where we were. It was an Italian villa.
It was an Italian villa that took us about an hour, 2 hours to get to in a party bus.
Oh my God. I'll never forget that. But so the purpose of this is the direction my show's going for the new year, new show, new concepts. It's going to be called Your Real Estate News, focused on both sides of the bridge, Philadelphia, South Jersey, bringing in my agent friends who are experts in those areas to give us real estate specific info. Before it's been a lot of fluff. Hey, how are you? Where you're from? Da 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 da. You guys are going to be seeing Maria on screen with me more often. We're going to make her an expert contributor here.
I can't reply to the comments. John Duffin, this is so exciting. I remember the party.
Hey, Johnny D, what's up, buddy? Yes, I will never forget when we met. What was that? What was the top of that? What was that building? Oh,
the Sterling.
The Sterling. Yeah, right by the pool. Yeah.
Yes.
Good memories. Happy New Year, Johnny D. So
John.
we are gonna actually be a little more serious. I'm gonna try. Okay. So I'm going to let Maria drive the beginning part of this show, and we're going to talk about the market in her areas. Okay. And she's going to give us some statistics and data on things that have happened in the past, where we're at currently. And then I want her to give me an outlook over the next couple months and where she thinks it's going to be. So go ahead, Maria, tell us about your market.
Okay. Well, first of all, love you too, John. So my market, I have my niche is actually a big niche. It's because I do city to suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
I've also started to work into New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So I'm all over the place, but that being all over the place is my thing.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out, it satisfies my ADD. So when I was trying to strategize about what type of information to pull and to kind of discuss, it made sense just to do the Philadelphia metro area, which I pulled up some stats from our multiple listing server that represents Philly and then the surrounding metro area, like Montgomery County, Bucks County, Berks, Chester, Delaware County. So I was looking at some numbers there. And so all of this is, I did my homework.
Nice.
I did analyzing stuff, I'm not an analytical person. So I was very proud of myself that I was analyzing things.
You know a lot of stuff. When it comes to the real estate,
all on the top of my head. I hate looking at stats because I'm like, that's boring. Stuff in my head. I just don't like reading it. But but it was actually very interesting. Looking at the closed sales in December of 2021. So now we're in January 2022. So last month, December, there was a total closed sales of 7,936 homes. However, that was a decrease by -6% from last December of 2020.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. And you know what? I was thinking about my business. And that's what it was. I totally see that it was down. Our inventory, every real estate agent and every buyer right now, every serious motivated buyer will tell you that the inventory is just so low, and it's like it can get very, very depressing for some of my clients.
Now, is that post New Year's? That's a common post New Year's thing in the Philadelphia market.
Well, January, if we're talking about January, yes, that is common to see a little bit of a slow. People are getting back into the flow of, getting back into school. The holidays are over, the post-holiday partum, stress stuff. And, then we also had that kind of, it's a little bit slower than usual because then we had that kind of like COVID, Omicron, Electron post. I don't know.
Metaverse. It's the metaverse.
What's going on? Like, I got COVID. I didn't believe I had COVID. And I took like 15,000 tests, and I sat there, and they were like positive. I'm like, no, give me one. But yeah, so I think all of that kind of added a little bit more. To the stress of not being a lot of inventory right now. So that was very clear to see that.
And so we're talking. I'm going to round it off 7,000 and change this last month.
The 7,936.
So almost 8,000. So almost 8,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so about 8,000, and we're talking Greater Philadelphia. Is that what we're talking?
That included Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs, the surrounding counties. This is all.
Okay, that's actually lower than I would have expected.
Well, it also reflects December. So
got it. Yeah.
Well, it was lower than it was 6% lower from December 2020, but it was up by 2.5% of November 20 and 21.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting. Again, I'm getting this from our good old MLS. And then, so some of the things that I found really interesting, and again, very indicative of our low inventory, is the average days on market were 12 days. Now, again, that's representative.
Wow.
Once you go into the suburbs, though, I think the average days on market these days is probably like, I don't even know if it's a day. It could be hours. In some average hours on market is probably a better term to use when we're talking about the suburbs, because a lot of homes are getting these crazy multiple offers within hours.
And before the pandemic, Maria, was it this way? Was it the opposite? Was it like was the city shorter on market than the suburbs prior pandemic?
The city was always like just like average days on market, which is like 30. It was pretty consistent. Again, but at the end of the day, you price something. It's all about pricing,
Right.
Price, condition, location, those three things, right? But yeah, like, and in terms of some of my listings this year, like, everybody loves to, help their sellers and get your listings and help them get to the next. But like sometimes getting listings in the past few months were stressing me out, because I was like, okay, like what if my sellers can't find something? Because a lot of my clients they sell their home and then they buy their home with me. So there was that stress factor. It's like, oh my God, I can't find something. So like, it was such a delicate balancing act. And but so I mean the whole median days on market is very telling. 12 days.
But 12 days in general is fast. I mean, that still shows you at this stage the market's still very hot.
Yes, it is. But that's because we have no inventory.
Right.
We have it's like the whole supply and demand thing, obviously. But
right.
And however, the one thing I was thinking about today with I have some buyers right now, and while inventory is low, if you're a buyer that doesn't, a lot of times people have to move because they want to, they time it with the school district. So that's why obviously spring market is always that's the hot market. If you're a buyer that doesn't have a lot of restrictions and you have your cash, your closing, your down payment, and you're ready to go, right now is also, if you can stay with it, it's still a good time to start looking and just be ready, because there's less in the buyer pool right now. And as you know, rates are still, I mean, they crept up this week, I believe, by a great creep up, right? And
we'll touch on that at the end, but they're not, I mean, it's like the Omicron scare. Everyone's getting nuts. It's not that bad. It's bad. It's bad, relatively speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
hit me with that one fact. Then I'm going to switch us over to your activity with the properties.
My mortgage.
Hit me with that nugget.
I
love nugget was crazy.
I love that little nugget because I don't know. I thought it I always find random. This is what I was reading. Okay, this looks like no fun at all. Pages of this stuff.
That's the sexy side of real estate.
Yeah. They just think we open up doors. But this little area right here is what drew my eyes. I thought it was interesting. So out of all of these, all these closed deals, there were more cash buyers than FHA, and obviously more. So there was three. I think it was total of 774 cash buyers as compared to 456 FHA buyers. Again, that's why a lot of our FHA clients really struggled, because they're in competition with the cash buyers.
Yeah.
And then the leader of financing was obviously then conventional, which came in at, oh my God, I'm getting old. I can't see. 1,946, was conventional.
So it's almost doubling. It's going FHA, then cash, then conventional.
Yeah.
It's almost doubling. But the most interesting part, and this is the one part that's struggling, and you hit the nail on the head. You can't compete against a cash buyer when you have an FHA loan.
No, I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
There have been cash deals.
Yeah.
That I've received in multiple offer situations that we sometimes didn't take, just because.
Tell me that part. Yeah, tell me why.
You have to look at all of an offer in all of its totality. Cash is great, but sometimes they can't close quick enough. Sometimes they might add in inspections. But obviously, an over asking all cash, quick close, waive inspections is fine. And then obviously with cash, the appraisal's waived. But yeah, one of my last closings, we had about 10 or 12 offers. And we didn't accept the highest offer because the finances were a little bit, we were a little bit concerned, because you have to look at when you have so many offers, you really have to analyze them. And that's where my analyzing started to come in, is actually this past year. I started to create spreadsheets for all the offers, as many realtors have done. And we break every minor and major detail of an offer down and really sit and analyze it. Your offer, $100,000 over asking is great, but guess what? You have no money in the bank for your closing costs. And we caught on to that, buddy. Where's your money coming from?
But all the more important reason not to have the agent, right? I mean, let's talk about the role of the agent in that kind of an environment. If you have that many offers and you don't know what you're looking for,
exactly,
right?
It could be
that's what differentiates. And I'm sure with you're looking at things that we're gonna get you a good number, but more importantly, what's gonna get you to the closing?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's important.
What makes sense. And sometimes you put offers and you're like, okay, that makes no sense.
Right.
What?
Right.
So yeah, so it's very hard, but yeah, you're right. That's why it's so important. Not only is it important to hire an agent, but know who you're hiring.
Right.
Sure, every single deal that they have done, not only have their clients can provide testimonials from their clients, but I like to also I ask agents oh, what do you think of this agent? I'm doing a deal with them. What's their style? Are they good people? Are they nice? Do I need to look out for anything? So that's also have an agent that knows knows the realtors in their industry.
So important.
Has relationships with not only your client, good relationships with their previous clients, but good relationships with the people in their industry.
So important.
It is
so important. And that's where that experience comes into play. That's a brilliant, honestly, Maria, that's a brilliant point.
That can make or break a deal, because there's some agents out there that don't understand. And I have this conversation with you too. I sometimes call you and vent, because there's some agents that don't get it. It's not about us. It's about our clients getting to the next goal in life. So people's egos, and there are a lot of them in real estate, people's egos need to just don't come in my little circle with your ego. We're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get
out of this pool. All right, Jason's pushing us. I like this, Jason. I like you being the moderator. Jason's pushing us to the next topic. So we're going to talk about properties, and we're going to talk about Maria's properties. Okay. So talk to us about the stuff that you've done in the recent, where you're at now, listings, stuff you've sold. Give us some good nuggets of you in the past couple weeks, months.
Yeah, this was a wonderful year. I did get to experience a lot of great homes that my clients purchased. Everyone has a story, and incredible stories. I don't know what you want to know about the properties.
What's to say? I mean, I know you had a couple really good slam dunk stuff. Give us a little. Give us a couple of the. Give us a little tease.
I have so many. I mean, every single one of my transactions are always fun, and I become so close with the people. Well, let me start from, I guess, most recent. Most recent, I worked with the amazing Tom Wenger out of New Jersey. He is with the Denofa team, and I've known them for many, many years. And about 3 years ago, I was referred clients who were friends of clients of mine who had bought and sold homes with me. And they came to me looking for this very particular property. And for the first year and a half, we looked in like New Hope area. And they then decided to venture into New Jersey. So I called, Tom, and I said, I know you'll take great care of my clients. They're, I trust them with you. 3 years go by. And
3 years.
3 years. And we
sizzle. Yeah, John, we want the sizzle. We want to know the price, the size, the jacuzzis, everything.
So I have sizzling stories. Like scandalous $1 million listing. No, just 2 years later, we finally found an 80-acre farm.
80 acres.
Yeah, in New Jersey. And Tom took great care of my clients. We're all friends now. So, and they bought this beautiful farm. And then I sold these clients who bought the farm. I recently sold their home in Chalfont.
So highlight number one is an 80-acre farm in South Jersey.
They're living their dream.
After a 3-year search, and what was the price now that it's settled? Give us a number.
$3,050,000.
Woo!
Yeah.
$3 million. Okay.
These clients, and obviously I don't like to share.
No, you don't have to give me their names. That's fine.
I remember when Tom posted the closing on Facebook, and I think I was like, I don't know if I was having lunch or something, and I'm looking at it. And then simultaneously, they're sending me pictures of closing, and I started crying. I was like, I'm like texting them. I was like, I love you guys so much. They must have been like, all right, Maria, like take it down a notch. But I was like, you know what? It makes me so happy, like the walkthroughs and the closing days, because there's so much leading up to that point. And 3 years in this case, it's so happy to see. And this is their dream. Real estate is not just like selling a home or buying a home. It's building on someone's like vision for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what is, I think that's what's so cool. And like,
so it has a name. That's the name.
What's that?
Did you call it Max Wood?
What? No. What?
I thought you just said Max Wood. I thought you gave it a name. I don't know.
Yes, I did. I don't know.
And then their home. So tell everyone that story. So their home.
And then I sold their home in Chalfont. That one had that's one that had 12 offers. That was funny though, because they were away on vacation. They were like, Maria, just you list it, do your thing. We're going to be away. Let the showings go. Go ahead with the showings. Within like 24 hours of it being on the market and showings, we had an offer $70,000 over asking.
$70,000.
I was like, hey, I think I'm going to have to stop showings because we're getting multiple offers in. And it wasn't the only one that was $70,000 over asking. So I sent it to them and they wrote back, you're lying. Or like, you're kidding. I was like, I would never kid about real estate. Trust me. I kid about everything but real estate. That would not be a funny joke.
You found the $3 million
and I emailed it to them and they wrote back. They're like, oh my God, you're not kidding.
Did I just leave you? Oh, there I went. You found the $3 million purchase. You sold for 70 over ask on that. Right. Okay. Yeah, we call that the double pop. Everyone likes the word the double pop.
Well, Tom was included and was on that.
We still call that the double pop. And then give us the last one, which was the one you did with Manny. What was it? The Art Museum Estates. What was that?
Oh, that was a fun one too.
Yeah.
That was so that one we were stressed out about because again, it's with luxury and then throw in a pandemic and riots in the city, we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do to help them? Because these clients were moving out of country. So we really needed to, get it sold for them in a certain amount of time. And yeah, we wound up selling it to a buyer that was represented by another Compass agent. And it went so incredibly smooth. And we think we finally came to like 2 million, I think. Maybe 2,025,000.
And tell us about that what made it so unique?
Yeah, so it used to be home to the Please Touch Museum. Not just that one structure, but the whole. They were townhomes. I think there were like 9 townhomes, and it was called Art Museum's Estate. Museum Estates, and so it was 2-car attached parking, which is obviously so special to have in the city. Right in the art museum, walking distance to the art museum, to the Rodin Museum, everything in between. And we had, what were there, 3? I think it was 3 bedrooms on the top level. And then the basement was used to be a bedroom and full bathroom. The roof deck, you had like almost 360 views of the Center City skyline. But like the Center City skyline was like right smack in front of your face. It was like nighttime was just incredible. But yeah, that one I worked with Manny Adamus was the main listing agent. I was his co-listing agent. So I was just little like, you know, the skipper to Barbie, although that's sorry, Manny.
Ken and Barbie.
Skipper, you know.
So what else do you have? Do you have anything coming up that you can share with us? Anything?
Right now I am working with predominantly buyers.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I have listings coming up. All of my listings are contingent of them finding homes. So this is what I'm experiencing right now. A lot of my buyers right now have homes to sell, but they will not put them on the market.
So next month, hopefully we have pictures up of some of that cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Yeah.
So we're going to go to the next phase of our show, which we're calling the social part. So we want to see what you've been doing on social media since the new year to start elevate your brand. And I know you're excited to talk about it. So I want to see if Jason can bring up our most recent example.
Got involved in TikTok this month.
So Maria's 2022 initiative is to embrace TikTok, right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay. So I can't wait to see this one. Let's see if we can pull this up. Maybe we can do like one or two of them.
Up there, but my cocktail drink.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna see if Jason can play us the one. Yeah, see if you can play that one, Jay. Let's see if we can get some music. Let's see if we can hear the music on it. Okay, we may have a little audio issues there.
No, we don't want to get our shows. No, they will take it down off of Facebook because I can only play about 3 seconds.
Listen,
of audio.
Then start singing that song, bruh. All right. So that's the happy one. And then show us the other one, Jay. I like the other one.
The other one's good too because it's true. You know, buyers have to be very careful. They have to be, again, they have to work with a knowledgeable lender.
Say it louder.
Happy juice.
So happy juice.
Happy juice.
Is this Mama's happy juice?
Happy juice.
Happy juice.
Happy juice.
Say it.
Yeah, so that's if you read the the blurb. That's it. We don't have to go down anymore. I post I'm friends with I post only family friendly ones, but no, but it's true. Like, buyers, that was a true story. I actually, one time I had a buyer call me during a deal and he's like, oh, I just bought a new motorcycle. And I was like, what? Oh, how'd you finance that? He's like, oh, the credit. I'm like, we're not closing. I'm like, but depending on their debt to credit, ratio, like you gotta be careful not to buy, not to open up credit cards when you're about to close.
Oh man. So I'm going to cap your end of the show off and then I'm going to go into the rates give us a little insight. So we're 2022, we're looking at TikTok, and I know you have one other big piece of news. I don't know if you're announcing yet. Well, the one part I know we can't, which is a new business venture for you. And we're excited for you there.
Yes.
But licensing wise for you, we can expect to see you more over the bridge in the upcoming months, right?
And not just more, just adding it. It's
adding it.
To add. Yeah. Just adding it under my realtor fanny pack.
Your MacGyver belt.
Yep. So I'm adding Jersey. So hopefully that all is getting ironed out in the next few weeks. I already do Jersey, but through my referral partners so that I can, have some sort of control over the, helping out with that. So yeah, Jersey and PA, and hopefully hiring, I've hired a transaction coordinator. Nothing wrong with a fanny pack. I know, especially when it's Gucci. So I've added a transaction coordinator and hopefully I'm looking for a buyer's agent. So if there's anyone out there that is
anyone out there, this girl can teach you the business. She can teach you the business. She can teach you everything about it. Everything about it. Well, I thank you for joining me. I'm going to leave you on with me because you make me look better. I'm going to do my rate portion of the show. But I thought that was fun. I'll tell you, for a first episode, Maria, I think you knocked it out of the park.
Oh, thanks. Well, we're fun. We have good banter.
Yeah, and we're gonna bring Maria on every month to discuss her activity in real estate. Let her drop her real estate nuggets, give us her tips, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for more of Maria on my show.
Thank you so much, Chad.
Yeah, my pleasure. Well, that's anytime. Next time we'll drink wine when we do it.
I'm sure there are many people out there that are like, oh, that's vodka. It's not vodka, it's water. I swear to God. I mean, it's water. It's water.
So every week I'm going to try and do a little, I try and remember people that I am a mortgage lender. Some say I don't tell people enough, which is fine. So I will. I'm a mortgage lender. And that being said, I go by the rates. I'm in and out and all over the place. So when the market dips, I jump off the cliff. When the market goes better, I'm happy with all of you. Just a little briefing, just to give everyone a weekly synopsis of what's been going on. Welcome to 2022. We're into the threes. I'm sorry to say the twos are probably not going to show up again for a long time. So if you didn't refi, I'm sorry. You still can. You still can. Okay. This isn't the Omicron scare, everybody. All right. Interest rates in the threes are still better than interest rates in the fives and sixes. Just remember that. Okay. But we're trending upwards. Okay. There's been a lot of things going on this week. The Philly Fed, the head of the Philly Fed, each actual there's the federal government and the actual Fed itself, but then there's the individual regional Feds. Okay, there is a Philly Fed. The Philly Fed said I would expect to see at least 4 rate increases over the year. So that's a lot, 4 actual hikes, and that's what's going to be the biggest driver of the rates continuing to go up. So I would say, if you're out there and you're buying and you were pre-approved 6 months ago, things are looking very different for you on the rate size, almost a half a point different, which is big. It's big, but relatively speaking, it's still very, very good. We're still seeing numbers in the threes. And honestly, Maria will tell you this, it's still a great time to buy. It's still a great time to sell, and do it now before we go up again. Before we go up again. So, yes, I do not have good news for rates, but I'm going to say, globally speaking, we're still better than we were. Okay, how's that? That wasn't too boring, right?
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah,
right to the point is what it is.
Straight to the point. If you want more information, here's a shameless plug. Spoken by your shameless plug. Here's a shameless plug.
Shameless is so much better. I'm going to start using it. And I'll shamelessly Oh my God.
You can check out my Superstar Lender Facebook page. I want to thank Maria so much for being on the inaugural show of Your Real Estate News. This is going to be an ongoing thing for us. I'm looking forward to more news from you in the real estate sphere, Miss Maria. And everyone, have a good weekend. And honestly, we're going to take the GOAT down. I'm telling you right now, the GOAT is going down. And what I mean is that's a football reference, Maria. I know you're looking at me like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, are we calling Omicron the GOAT now? I don't
know. Nope. Tom Brady's the GOAT, and we're going to beat him on Sunday.
I like goats, so I was hoping I hope no goats were actually harmed.
Goat yoga, you do that? All right, we can go on a whole nother show. Anyway, everyone have a great day. Have an enjoyable weekend. Thank you for watching Your Real Estate News, brought to you by the Superstar Lender. Peace.